This morning was another 3 a.m. session. Much like yesterday, there was some more progress made. At this point, I have, I think, maybe the first 2.5 pages of my opening chapter have now been basically completely overhauled. So all new sections, all new stuff was added. The bones of what I had before, like the general content, is still in the story, but the way I presented it is much different. What I did was I ended up taking about a one-page summary, and short scene, and expanded it now into about a 2.5-page scene instead. So it's a bit longer now. I mentioned in my other video that I felt like my first paragraph was doing a lot of lifting, was doing a lot of just carrying a lot of information, trying to do a lot. So I've taken that first page of that short scene, expanded the whole scene out, and woven the content in better. So that way, now when someone reads it, the information is being divulged over 2.5 pages slowly, rather than just being barraged at them all at once. And so, hoping that this is I feel like this is a better way of doing it. I'm not sure if it's the ideal way or not. Yeah, I'm still sort of playing around with it in my head. I think what I did with this scene was I included a bit more info dumping as well, but selectively doing it better. So what I did is I took a lot of info dumps from like later sections, small reveals, small information that I would kind of sprinkle in throughout the rest of the sections, and I decided to throw it in right at the beginning as well. I think just because this in 2.5 pages, you'll get a sense of the character, their motivations, and really what their challenge is. So extremely early on, you'll know basically that their main thing. I think that'll work better to a degree than just opening and not necessarily knowing much about the character. So did that. And so now I should be able to start introducing the rest of the scenes here with less flashbacks and not flashbacks, but less like kind of recaps, and less needing to sort of discover this on sort of organically. It'll make it a little bit easier on the reader, and I think there's a certain intimacy when you learn very early on what a character, like all the characters' habits, and not so their habits, but their entire motivations. I'm going to see if this ends up working or not. I think it's better than what I did before. I don't know if this is the ideal way to go about it or not. So I'm still playing around with it in my head. But we've made some progress. So no complaints there. There's some marginal progress is something to be celebrated.